Alright guys, so here we go. Let's get on to the KeepCalm Carry On. It's a pretty quick demo. Let's try to get it done here in 15 minutes if we can. So you can have it unless, in case I'm gone for a snow day or whatever happens, let's just make sure that it's here so you can get back as a resource. We've already watched the video in class, so you should have a little bit of history of the KeepCalm poster, but let's get into kind of some specifics here. You're going to be creating a very specific artboard. You're going to be creating it using very specific colors. Using the hex codes, practicing kerning and learning about that, practicing leading, practicing live trace, and practice align to the artboard. So these are the specific new tools you're going to be learning, which you use a lot. In fact, these two, and when you're talking about typeface, leading and kerning are two of the elements we'll talk about the most. What I really want you to do is pay as close attention to the tutorial as you can. Just follow along step by step because I want you to practice this. So, and later on you're going to be using the same tutorial to do another personal KeepCalm poster that's going to be of your choice. And so just kind of follow along, and you should be able to step right along. And you can use the space bar on this video at any time to just freeze it to carry. You can just work along with me and then hit the space bar to start back up again if you'd like to. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, number one, you want to go to your, if you don't have the KeepCalm medium typeface .ttf on your computer yet, you can download it at the Insight Files folder, double click it, and just install it into FontBook. And then you'll have it before you open up Illustrator. That way it'll find it when you open. So I'm going to create a new document now. Go to New, and it should already be set for 10.69 by 15.5. I'm going to change the title to 01 Maves, 16 Maves R 01. Let's see, school and class I'm in, hit that. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and set my background color. So I'm going to remove my stroke first of all, hit the letter X, get rid of the stroke, hit X again. I'm going to make a basic shape. Make my shape. And then I'm going to use this code right here, B12325. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to select it and copy it, Command C. Double click my color picker here. And right here you'll see this number symbol. This is called your hex code. This is a very specific code for every color that we make. The 6 Fs equals white. If I highlight it and Command V to paste and hit OK, it will put my exact color in there for me. So there's my hex code. That's my exact color. Now I want to go into my palette, layers palette. I'm going to go ahead and lock that layer because I'm not going to be using it for anything other than just color. And I'll make a new layer. And this is where my work's going to go. All my rulers are going to go here, everything. So then I'm going to scroll down. And now I'm going to be turning on my rulers, Command R. And then I'm going to be dragging out some guides, some very specific guides that are 3/4, 3.5, and 4 5/16. The easiest way to do this is to grab your zoom tool, or hit the letter Z for zoom. And I'm just going to zoom in really small into my corner of my poster. And you'll notice now it says 0, 1/16, 1/8, 3/16, 1/4. I want the 16ths because I'm going to be eventually looking for 4 and 5/16. So I'm going to scroll down the side here, and I'm going to be looking for 3/4. Not 1, 3/4. I'm going to drop my first guide in at 3/4. Then I'm going to scroll down to 3.5 over here. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3 right there. And a half right there. So I'm going to grab another guide and drop it in. Because you'll notice on those KeepCalm posters, there's that symbol that's at the very top of at the top of the poster, and we need to have a space to put that in. That's the exact width that we need. So I'm just setting that guide so that I can make that crown the exact right size. Now I need to go to 4 and 5/16, so I need some spacing between the crown and the top of my text. So I'm going to scroll down here to 4. There's 4. I'm going to keep scrolling to 5/16 right there. I'm going to grab another snap line, guide and drop one in. Command 0 takes me out, and now I have my guides exactly where I want them. Okay, so you should also find in your Insight file, if you don't have it already, Insight Files folder, there will be a crown PNG that will be in there for you. So let's go to File and Place, and then go to my my Dropbox. I think I have it in my Dropbox. Let's take a look here. Not sure if I dropped it in there or not. Yes, I did. So there's my crown PNG. That's in my folder. So that's would be like my Insight files. And then I'm going to place that crown PNG into my file. So there it is with white. Now if I look at it real closely, it's just a straight up rasterized PNG. It's not vector. It's not. I can't change the color yet. So I need to be able to do that. So the way that you do that is the quick way. I would normally say in the past couple of weeks is grab your pen tool and trace. But now we're going to be using a new tool called Live Trace. So first of all, you have to have this item selected. So there's my selection. So you see it's got the boxes around it. Now up here on the top bar, you're going to see I have this says Live Trace, this Presets, and Mask. I want to go down to my Live Presets, hit that arrow between those two, and go to Tracing Options. And you'll see it over here. So here's my Tracing Options, and there's my file. Should look like this, right? Then I want to hit this Ignore White right here. Ignore White, and then hit Trace. And what that does is it basically turns it into a vector, and it gets rid of the white for me. Now it's not completely perfect because that file we brought in was, a 72 DPIG PNG, but it still allows us to make a really quick trace of that, really simple. And you usually have to use very clean, simple files to be able to get close. Now to be able to change the color, I need to hit Expand. And Expand now will pop up on this up here on the menu again. So Live Trace is gone because I've already live traced, and now hit this Expand, and you'll notice that now it is a vector that has, I can take my Direct Select tool and I can grab paths and I can adjust and I can make things. It's just like we had traced it by hand, but now it just has done it for us. It defines those shapes for us wherever there's a change in a curve. It adds an anchor, just like we would do if we were using the pen tool. Right. So that's the crown is all set up now. Now I want to change its color because I want to use another hex code to do that because I have a very specific color that they used on the original poster, and we're going to try to match it as best we can. So up on our palettes, you'll see the little color palette, not your swatches, but the color palette. And then you'll see that there is a drop-down menu right here that I'm going to go down to CMYK and change it. Right. When I did it before, it's black and white. Now I need to be able to change the color. So I need to change it to CMYK. So I'm going to come over here now. I'm going to grab the new hex code, D0C5AB. I'm going to copy that. And over here, I'm going to double click. I'm going to go to my 6 zeros is black. Command V to paste my new hex code. And then there's my color, Command 0. Now I'm going to grab it and slide it up into my area. I'm going to hold the Shift key down to constrain. I'm going to fit my crown into that area. So now my crown fits in there, right? So now, a quick way now the one way that we would align before, we'd try to find the center and we'd snap it to it. But if I have my crown sitting all the way over here and I want to put it in the exact middle, to find the middle of 10.69 takes a little bit of math and converting it into fractions and then trying to get it all set. But inside of Illustrator, there's an alignment tool that'll allow you to align right, left, center, top, bottom, left, right, all different kinds of justifications. And so if I go to Window and down to Align, my alignment tools show up. Okay, and if yours looks like this, okay, see how it looks like that? You want to go to Show Options. So the drop-down menu, Show Options. And that allows you to, has all of your tools now available. And then I want to go to this little Align To and make sure that it says Align to Artboard. That, Align to Artboard. Now, when I select my file, my little crown, and I hit this button right here, this is the center to the artboard. It automatically puts it right in the middle for me. Okay, so now my crown is set. Now let's get on to the text. It's time to get ready for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move my alignment tool. I'll just close it. Now I'm going to grab my text tool. I'm just going to click, and I'm going to type in all caps, keep, return, calm, return, and return, carry on. Right? And then I'm going to change the keep calm to the font that I want, which is the keep calm medium. Keep calm medium. And then I'm going to change my typeface size to 148. Hit return. There's my type. And now I want to make sure that I get it centered. Okay. So the paragraph, this paragraph button here, if I select that paragraph, I can then center it. Now everything's centered on that, in that text box. I'm going to get it lined up here so it's touching the top of that. Zoom in here a little bit. Move that up, touch my top of my Command 0. All right. And then I can also align it, right? I can go to my Align tool, Window, Align. It's already aligned to the artboard. Click on that, and that sets it right in the center for me. Okay, so I want to change my color to my hex code, the same as my crown. One way that you can do that is you can just go ahead and use your color picker. I'm going to use the eyedropper here. And all I have to do is make sure that my text is selected, and then I can just put that little crosshair on top of the crown, click, and it'll change to the exact same color for me. All right. Now let's talk about the kerning and the tracking or leading. Okay, so if I hit Command T, I get this new window. Okay, this is my character palette. This is where I can do all my work with my type. So I want to select my keep here, and then I want to change the I want to change the leading between the letters. Here's the leading right here between the two letters, up and down between. This shows you the between. I'm going to change to 169. 169. Hit enter. Okay, that just changed a little. Then I'm going to change my size of my type to 145. Makes it just a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to adjust my tracking, which is this right here, to 77. And hit enter. And it just spreads it out just a little bit. It's like we talked about. It just gives a little more breath between each of the fonts, each of the letters, so it's a little bit easier to read. Okay. Then I'm going to go down to calm, select it. It's going to be all I'm going to do is change the tracking on it to 28. I'm not going to change the typeface, just changing the tracking to 28. Now I'm going to grab and it's going to be exactly like that. So I'm going to do 63, 100.
Morning.
Morning. 65, 65, and then that gets that, and then I'm going to align it. Hit my Align tool again, make sure everything is all centered, and there is my completed Keep Calm poster. I'm going to go File, then I can go to Window, down to View, Guides, Hide Guides, File, Save As, and go back to my folder, my Dropbox, and save. And then I'm done. And then that's what you should do. So go back, if you need to go back and use this as a resource, you certainly can. But this is a tutorial for it, then we'll talk about going back and doing it again for your Keep Calm and Rock On, or whatever you're going to do to select your own emblem here. Instead of the crown, you might select something different. So, all right, so let's give that a shot. Thanks. Bye.